vital.
Thank you.
And I've heard that from a number of sources.
Oh, thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about why Sisters in Crime exists, what it does, and don't be afraid to tell us about some of the stellar names associated with its beginnings. All
The
right?
goddesses.
The goddesses, yes. Sisters in Crime was started in 1986 by Sarah Paderewski. Phyllis Whitney was there. Okay, and her name's going to go blank.
Carolyn Hart.
Carolyn Hart, yes, Carolyn Hart. And it was started because of the inequality in between Nancy Picard. That's who I was trying to think of. They saw a lot of inequality between what women were paid, according to men, with the writers, Mr. Writers, and also in reviews. They've got a great monitoring program where they monitor like over 60 publications and look to see what the ratio is between men and women who are getting reviewed. About a third of the members are published authors, so it's not just for writers, it's also for readers, anyone who loves mystery. So it's not just an author organization. Anybody's welcome to join.
What's the ratio between men and women? You know?
Or in the organization
as
itself.
members, yeah.
Here, I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but
You're an
yeah.
honorary Sisters in Crime.
Yes.
no, I'm
Carl
not
is-
honorary.
Oh.
I am a member.
I'm a member.
You're a
I'm an
member.
honorary sister, but I'm a member of
You're a
Sisters in
member,
Crime.
yes, and so is Ellen. so
Yes.
That's great. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, on the local level, where you meet. Talk about what you do when you meet, when you meet.
We meet at Once Upon a Crime Mystery Bookstore in Minneapolis.
We know that
Yes,
bookstore,
it's one of
yeah.
our favorite places.
Absolutely.
Yes. We meet there the first Tuesday of every month, 7 o'clock, except for July and August. We take a little break, it's a little bit too warm. And what we do with each meeting, first we have a little business discussion, and then we discuss a book. We pick a book every month too for our book discussion, and then we have a guest come and speak to us. They're usually somebody from the world of crime solving. We have had police officers and BCA members and forensic artists and lawyers. The
We've
whole
had
thing.
dogs, right?
Dogs. We've had the dogs. We've had the.
You're talking about real canines as
Yes.
opposed to people whose programs
Yeah.
just didn't go over well.
Yeah, that's right. Twice. We've had the Minnesota Rescue Organization out and a woman who trains for the police department. So we've had dogs out.
We've had an ex-FBI agent. We had Colleen Rowley.
Yes.
Come and talk to us about her life in the FBI.
Wow.
That was very interesting.
bet.
And they've all been pretty
Yes.
Now, you indicated that the organization, national organization, began as a way of addressing the discrepancy between what was happening with male authors versus female authors.
Right.
Has Sisters in Crime, first of all, has that ratio of pay and reviews and all changed? And do you think Sisters
Yes.
in Crime has had a significant part in that?
I think they have. They've, like I said, the reviews are a big thing because reviews, help you sales, and so they've been monitoring this and they've been bringing this stuff to the reviewers' attention too. Sometimes the paper has no choice. The reviewer just gets the books and they can't really decide. But a lot of it, there's been some big improvements. Back in 2006, it was about 58% of the reviews were by men, and now this year,
There's real parity.
Yeah, it's almost equal.
But not on awards.
That's another thing.
Another area
another
you're going to have to
subject,
work
yes.
on. Now, in addition to being chapter president, you are yourself a published author.
Yes.
Tell us about the work that you do.
Okay. Last year, my first novel came out. I wrote it with a friend, Michael Allen Mallory, and it's called Death Roll. And it features what we think is the first zookeeper sleuth. So it takes place at a zoo that was modeled on the Minnesota Zoo here in town.
And you're working on a second,
We're
right?
working on a second. Yes, I just finished my half of it. And
I love
Michael's lap
I
now.
love the name of your protagonist, Snake Jones.
well, she doesn't like the name Lavender, so her real name.
There you go.
You say you've done your first half of the book. That leads me to ask you, how do you two write?
Yeah, how does that work?
How did you
Yeah,
process it?
not exactly half, but And I think we're still finding ourselves that way. We work together on the plot, work on getting a outline going, not real detailed, and then one of us just starts rolling with it and starts sending chapters to the other person. The other person does the editing, and this time Michael got a little bit ahead of me, so I just caught up and gave it
So
back
you
to him.
both write, and your writing is similar enough
Yes,
that it
is, yeah.
fits together.
Yeah, we've been lucky. We've always had the same taste in books, and we've had, our writing is fairly
And
similar. So.
have you known Michael for a long time?
Yeah, in fact, we met at Once Upon a Crime bookstore
really?
back when Mary Trone owned it.
Sure.
And she had a class on writing, and Mary Logue was one of the teachers. And
It's a small world.
it is. It truly is. Yeah, so we met there, and we started a writers group, and we've been in that writers group all this time, and been good friends. So it just snowballed from
And
there.
you're both members of Sisters in Crime.
Both members of Sisters in Crime.
How big, did we talk about how big it is?
Nationally or
Then
locally?
Nationally.
Nationally, it's about 3,000 members. So
Wow.
yeah.
Good
so.
size.
And locally?
Locally, we have 44 members.
That's a big,
Yeah.
That's a pretty
big one.
big
Yeah, and we've been growing the last year. It's just been.
Now, and Lori Lake has been doing.
She's a
your
treasurer.
Treasurer,
Yes.
and did she do something with your website too? or-
Yeah, or she. No, she worked. We have Charity Tamasow. I'm not quite sure how to say it.
Okay.
Works is our webmate.
Okay.
That's right. She
Yeah.
does the website.
Yeah.
Lori does the website for Once Upon a Crime.
Yeah,
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I just want to jump back real quick to your work with Michael.
Sure.
I know Death Roll is out, and it's come out to very nice reviews, and it's doing very well. Are you working on the next collaboration?
Yes.
The next Snake Jones?
Yeah, yes. In fact, we were trying to think of titles.
So you don't have a title first?
We had a title that's kind of a working title. We just keep hoping we'll come up with something better. So
Dial A for Anaconda.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, then you could,
There you go.
you could
Do
go
the
through the
A's.
whole.
Yeah, right.
Aardvark.
Aardvark. Yeah, there you go.
All the zoo animals, right?
That's right. So
Okay, well, that's great. Thank you very much.
Well, thank
It's been
you.
Very interesting.
Thanks so
And
much.
Thank you.
we hope that Sisters in Crime continues to do good things,
So-
and both locally and nationally. I think it's a fine organization.
To join, how would you do that? Tell me.
I suggest going to our local website, which is Twin Cities Sync, is SINC.org, and there's information there on who to contact, and believe there's a form to fill out.
Okay.
You need to be a member of the national organization first, and then you can
It's not
join
very
ours.
expensive.
No, the
No,
dues
it
are
isn't.
not.
And if you didn't get all of that, of
$40.
course, it's easy to find out, because if you contact the Minnesota Crime Wave, we'll tell you
That's right.
about how to find the website. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Interesting to learn a little bit about Sisters in Crime. Now we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back and talk about other things. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're back, and we're going to continue our discussion about the development of character. And because character is one of the important elements that's taught by our resident guru here, Ellen Hart, it's up to you.
Okay.
Ball is in your court.
Well, we talked a little bit about the importance of character in a novel in our last segment, and we talked a little bit about do characters come from real life, or do we make them up, or how does that work? We want to talk a little bit more this time about the nuts and bolts of creating characters, but first I'd like to ask, and I think this speaks to that, is a question: how much do you know about your characters before you start writing your books?
Well, when you write a series, of course, you know a good deal about your central character and those recurring characters who surround that your protagonist. But I think in the earlier segment, Carl mentioned the fact that he's always learning about his protagonist, Sean. I'm always learning new things about Cork O'Connor and the people that surround him. So I think you come